Hi everyone, this is going to be the new moon reading. So I'm going to do two spreads, basically two collective messages. I posted about this on Threads for those of you that might follow me over there. And I misspoke because I said that I was going to do, well, basically the other night when I was reflecting, I'm trying to get through this fast because I have somewhere to be as per usual. So the other night when I was reflecting and just, taking in all the news and just everything that's been going on, right? Spirit was like, do a reading for men and one for women, even though energy is non-gendered, right? And those of you who are familiar with divination or any type of energetic readings already know that. But there is masculine and feminine energy, okay? And so I was like, well, maybe it's more of that. But in fact, it actually goes back to something else that I posted, which is about sort of this two sets of consciousness. I almost said two cents, right? Like as in, it's not that you necessarily embody one or the other. You can go from one to the other or sort of harbor both, right? So in this reading, okay, there's going to be, again, two different sides. And I think I'll try to take a picture of it so I can put that as the, what do you call that? Like the title screen so y'all can see it since you can't see the cards. But yeah, it's going to be sort of like people operating in their highest vibration and consciousness and those maybe who are not. No judgment, okay? All right, yeah. So those of you who are, okay, in the first set of people, like operating out of that highest vibration, you've been doing the work, right? And something I talk about with some of my friends, some of my clients is that for years, okay, really like and like in earnest since like 2020, Spirit was like, grounding is so important, right? Keeping your center. And I've talked about this before, how when you're grounded, not only are you immovable, right? So despite the external or environmental circumstances, you can still be yourself, like be in yourself, be in your body, right? Again, be centered, be grounded. It also helps you to elevate and ascend, right? Those of you who are maybe struggling, let's say, right, you need to pay attention because Spirit is saying they're trying to help. They're trying to give you messages. In fact, it's almost like they're like clocking you over the head, right? And you may even notice that like it is increasing, okay? And again, all of us can embody both. So let's say there are certain aspects of your life where you are operating out of your highest vibration, and there are certain aspects where maybe you're not. So you can be experiencing both of those things. Maybe you have, like, again, sort of developed a bit of mastery as that first group of people in some areas, and in other areas, and you would know, right? Because again, Spirit has been telling you, maybe you struggle with some type of addiction issue, even like overthinking or, lack of self-worth or negative self-talk, like I've talked about before. Okay, there's an energy of surrender here. Again, those in the first group, you're already doing this. Those in the second group, this is what Spirit wants you to do. Like, stop fighting the flow. Okay, I think I've used that metaphor before recently. It's like, be like a ball in a river, right? You just go with the flow. You don't fight the current. All right, again, I'm trying to sort of speed up through this. I see Tower energy, Scorpio, okay? That's definitely for the second group. I mean, the first group, again, you're doing it, right? You sort of have mastered, again, that scorpionic, transformative kind of energy, right? You can take lemons and make them into lemonade, so to speak. Others of you, it's right, the second group, it's getting to the point where I often tell people, oftentimes Spirit will, again, give you hints, give you signs, etc., and give you the option, right? Because we all have free choice and free will to essentially make the right decision. If you don't do that, sometimes you're forced. Okay, your hand is forced, and it might come down to that, right? If you basically, it's like operating out of stubbornness, right? Trust me, I know. Ask me how I know. Actually, don't ask me how I know. Ask the people I know, they'll tell you. Okay, I just saw the World card. So lots of change. That feels like it's for everyone. Lots of change on the horizon. Okay, so we have the Strength card coming up. Again, this for the first group, it feels like you are in your strength, right? You're planted, you're rooted, you're strong, essentially. Spirit's reminding you, you can handle anything. Why? Because you already have. Right? That's always a good reminder, like when we're going through things, or even if you're not, right, that you can literally, right, that adage of like spirit, source, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, will never give you more than you can handle. Okay. Second group. Well, I won't even say second group. Here's the thing. Because the way that I'm pulling these cards, that's more of a past energy. So again, for that first group, you're kind of already doing it. For the second group, they want you to know you can do it. For the second group too, and I had a feeling this was going to come up. Okay, like as I was getting ready to sit down to do this reading, I was like, why do I feel like for people who may be struggling, right, or again, sort of are operating more out of that, not out of their highest self, okay, that second group. And by the way, I want to go back to that masculine feminine thing, because look around, more of the feminine collective, and I don't mean just women, that's why that was a misnomer, but people who have more mastery over their feminine energy are handling these shifts and changes better. Those who are not, it's like they're holding on to the past, right? We see this with themes like writ large, the patriarchy, capitalism, etc. Okay, imperialism. Okay, it's holding on to this past happiness. Okay, or that's not even maybe the best way to say it. It's a perceived sense of happiness, right? Because it wasn't like this for everyone. This is possible for everyone, is what Spirit is saying, right? That 10 of Cups kind of penultimate fulfillment, success, joy, right? That not that everyone can have like tremendous success, but that everyone can be okay, right? Those ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? And so there's this past lingering of like almost like longing or nostalgia for a better time, but again, it's a missed sort of perception. But I had a feeling that like that was part of sort of the holdup in terms of, again, that second group of people. I hope this is making sense. I've never done a spread this way. It's just the way that it came to me. So we'll see. Okay, so we have the King of Swords here. Okay, this is an energy of listening. Again, it can kind of apply to both groups. Okay, for the first group, again, it feels like you're already doing it. Spirit's just saying continue to listen, right? Don't turn off your dial, basically, because you're already doing the things. In fact, maybe you can even listen more. Okay. I feel like for a lot of people, you know, especially a lot of spiritual practitioners, or, you know, people who are just sort of spiritually attuned and again have been doing the work, however defined, for a while, as you again ascend and elevate, and maybe even as your gifts expand, you have to sort of calibrate, right? There's a period of, it's a period of learning, going into the mastery, moving on to the next step. Okay, for that second group, it's listening, period, right? Because like I said, it's like Spirit is kind of beating you over the head with messages, with signs. Maybe it's dreams, right? Your dream sound, right? But it's like you're not listening. The dial is off, right? To use the same metaphor. Oh, look at that, 10 of Pentacles. You know what's really interesting is that, you know, because I feel like people hear things like high vibe, low vibe, because I don't even really like using that. It's just so that I can make a distinction here, though. And so for that second group, again, that's like the more lower vibrational, or that's sort of struggling. It's already 12:20. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's like Spirit wants you to realize the potential. Okay. I'm thinking of a lot of instances, like I just heard the phrase failure to launch. Okay. And so I'm seeing like relationships, right? Like this is just a general example where it's like it doesn't quite complete, or it doesn't quite, I even heard compute, right? It's like you can see the potential in the other person, but it's like they fail to live up to that. And so because of that, the connection fails to live up to that. But Spirit is saying here that it's possible. You have to be the number one believer, right? I just need to clear something off my screen. And I really feel like that is what a lot of people's holdup is that they don't trust and believe, not just in Spirit, right? So there's like a lack of faith, right? There's a crisis of faith, but in themselves, right? And with this type of beautiful energy coming out, like Spirit is saying, yes, it's possible. Like, not only is it possible, like we can will it and make it so, again, for a greater number of people, right? I don't know, it's just such a beautiful energy here, and I feel like that it's a really much more, it's not, the message was not to put people down, right, or disparage any sort of group of people. I feel like this is more so about like uplifting or motivating, or, you know, showing someone what the possibilities or potential is, right? What you decide to do with it, that's on you, right? All right, let's get one more card, and then I want to try to pull all signs, so let's see if I have time. Ace of Swords, again, first group. It's like I really don't even have to say much here, because you already know what you're doing. I just heard you're doing the damn thing. So keep doing it, right? Keep following your path, your truth, okay? Lots of discernment coming up here. Again, that's going to be it has been a collective theme. It is a collective theme. It will continue to be a collective theme. Let's get one more. So we have 7 of Cups. Okay, again, the second group. Confusion here. That's okay though. 7 of Cups can be about, you know, not knowing what to do, not knowing what to choose. That's okay. There's no rush, right? So whenever I see 7 of Cups, it's like slow down, like stop sort of overthinking it, okay? Very different, right, to this Ace of Swords energy. This is not an overthinker. This is a very critical and discerning, and yes, they use their mind quite well, but it's like almost the antithesis of the 7 of Cups, of like just not quite knowing what to do. That's why you have to listen and pay attention, because spirit is going to help you, right? And again, there might be sort of crises of self, right, of belief in self. That's the work. That's what you have to do to work on yourselves, to get more clarity, okay, and more confidence in your own, you know, in your own mind, in your own path, and in your own journey. Let's quickly do an all signs. I hope that helped, okay? Again, messages for the new moon. Definitely write some intentions down if that's your thing. The new moon was last night. I didn't record because I wanted to get my nails done first. And that's why I also didn't record first thing this morning. All right, all the way Aries to Pisces. Aries, slow down. Okay, I'm gonna do these really quick because I don't have a lot of time. Slow down, okay? If you don't slow down, it's like you're going to make a misstep or have some type of regret. Like you're gonna have to like backtrack, okay? Taurus, 7 of Wands. Plant your roots even deeper. This is what I saw in the pre-shuffle for the first group, of like, you're already doing it, right? Like you are already doing the routines, the practices, the rituals to keep yourself centered and grounded. This is the card of know thyself, right? And I think I spoke about this the other day, if we saw this card, because I did use this deck, right? That there's this video that I saw where, gosh, and I'm blanking on her name again. I can't believe it. I'm really bad with names. Where the actress was like this older black actress. When I remember her name, I'm gonna feel so silly. Was like, you have one weapon, right? There's only one. Know thyself. That's your weapon. But again, well, this is not first group, second group, but Taurus, you're already doing it. Gemini, 10 of Swords, you're not letting something go, even mentally, okay? That's going to trip you up. Especially being, you know, a mercurial energy, air energy. My best suggestion is journal, okay? There's something you need to process. Same with you, probably Cancers, although this is more of an emotional detachment, perhaps literally walking away from someone or something. Leos, you guys have the 3 of Cups, enjoyment. There may even be some sort of celebration coming up. This is your reminder that life is a journey that's meant to be enjoyed. Be happy, surround yourself with your community, right? I just heard gratitude, so maybe like gratitude journaling, okay? I also am getting that like spirit wants you to like write down 3 intentions based on your heart's desire, okay, with that 3 of Cups. Virgo, you have the Ace of Wands, some sort of spark of inspiration coming in for you, creatively possibly even, or it could be, I am picking up on fire sign energy, which could pertain to another person, okay, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Libra, you have the Page of Pentacles. I'm getting some type of new opportunity, could even be like going back to school or some type of job. Or it could even be that's, you know, something that you're starting, like a business or something like that. You may even have some type of financial assistance to help you with that. Okay, Libra. Scorpio, you have Judgment. Capricorn, I often get overlap between Scorpio and Capricorn energy. This is my final exam card, right? Again, there's no right or wrong answers, but it does ask you to make a major decision. Okay. Who's that? Scorpio. Sagittarius, Three of Wands, patience, things are falling into place. That's literally what I heard, which is what the Three of Wands is about, right? It's the your ships are coming in card. So patience, things are falling together. That's what I heard. Capricorn, you have the Lovers, Gemini energy. Really strong partnership energy coming out. Okay, so for those of you in connection, looks really good. Okay. Also feels like you've done a lot of healing. Maybe not like in yourself, but like maybe also in the connection. Okay, I also see something coming together in terms of like also sort of following your heart, your passion. Sometimes for me, right, those of you who have followed me before probably have heard me say this, that sometimes the Lovers for me doesn't necessarily talk about two people. It talks about someone coming into greater alignment with their path. Aquarius, you have the Queen of Pentacles. I am also getting some type of like contract, offer, opportunity, job. I don't know why I just heard teaching opportunity, but because like it doesn't actually feel like school, like student, but it could be like school, like teaching. Maybe not even like in a traditional sense, but in a way. It could even be like become like sort of setting an example, okay? Like being a teacher in like a personal respect. Like a mentor, I guess. Could be you, could be someone around you. I am picking up on a little bit of earth energy there, so Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. It also is speaking to like your overall sense of groundedness as well, Aquarius. Good job. Okay, 'cause sometimes that's something that y'all struggle with. It's just like the nature of your sign. I think you just feel a little bit out of place on earth since you're the aliens of the zodiac. Pisces, Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. I'm closing it down there because I'm running super late. Hopefully this helped. If you like this reading, do all the things. If you want to book a reading, I'll leave my link down below. Bye.